What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a tap into your soul reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. You guys were third this week on the zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. Um, Apologies for the delay. I was like last night. The energy was not right after I finished Aquarius, and so I didn't want to take on that energy into y'all's reading between you guys and Libra. So I kind of saved y'all for last, especially with the energy that y'all had this week as well. So I kind of took a break from doing the rest of the readings. Okay. Sagittarius, something that I want to let you guys know and put you on to is the energy shout outs. Okay. If you go on my playlist on my channel and look up energy shout outs, you guys already have one. Okay. I am giving all signs a chance to get one energy shout out. And then once all the signs have an energy shout out, it will then be a free for all. Okay. So you already have one. By all means, please go and look at your energy shout out. I had was going through the list on my playlist of who I've done already, and I saw you guys. We had already did one for you guys, and so there is a card that came out that is pretty much kind of associated with what's been going on with you this week in your readings. So definitely go and check that out. Okay, energy shout outs on my playlist on my channel. Okay, yours is already done. So with that being said, you guys should be familiar with the Tap into the Souls. This is the Soul Cards 2 deck by Deborah Koff Chapman. We're going to pull 3 cards. One from the top is for your past placement. One from the bottom is for your present, and then one energetically from the middle is for your future placement. Okay, we'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily, okay, after we go through all 3 placements to see what your overall outcome is. Okay, at this time, Sagittarius, I usually tell the collective, if you want, you can get a notebook, something you can or something, if you have a journal or something like that, and write down or think of what you would like your overall outcome to be in reference to your situation currently. Okay. Each one of these cards, we're going to associate a question with each one. Okay. You will take a look at the imagery and how it makes you feel. Honestly, answer the question in regards to yourself, okay? And how the card makes you feel as you answer that question, okay? So you can kind of think of this as like tarot therapy if you like, but it does give you some kind of mental and emotional insights, okay? To your past, present, and future. Okay, so let's get into your reading with this first card here. Sagittarius, what held you back in the past? That is the question associated to this card. What held you back in the past? This card has came up a couple of times through a few readings. Pisces has gotten this card. I believe Libra has gotten this card as well. Okay. It's been in the present and also in the first placement. I think Capricorn has gotten it too. Okay. Those signs that I just mentioned, you possibly have those in your birth chart if you know it. Okay. So take a look at this card and how it makes you feel as you answer that question of what held you back in the past. Okay. Normally when this card comes out, I automatically get the feeling, and this deck does not have a book with it, okay, just in case if you're wondering. These are intuitive readings whenever I do these, okay? So whenever this card comes out and possibly in the past position, okay, whether it's in past or present, okay, I always get this feeling of someone searching for something, okay, looking for something in someone that they possibly know does not exist, okay, and so you could be a very soft spirit in a sense, Sagittarius, okay. You have a soft heart. Um, that's why, mentioning Capricorn being hopeless romantics, you possibly are that, okay. And it could be in reference to you guys looking for love in the wrong places, okay. Um, I always mention the song automatically comes up is Looking for Paradise or Fell Out of Paradise by Chris Brown, okay, is always the song that I reference. Been referencing it a lot. Aside from the fact that I love his music, the song is very reminiscent, okay, and very relevant, okay, to a lot of people when it comes to love, and that's why I love the song. Um, and he says that in the song is been looking for love in all the wrong places, okay, and so that could be what you have done in the past because you are or have the tendency of being a very hopeless romantic in a sense, and possibly who you thought was one way, they turned out to be something totally different, okay. And so that possibly is what held you back in the past, is maybe not just with your current person but just relationships in a whole, okay. Maybe doing too much looking for your soul tribe instead of letting your soul tribe come to you, okay. um, that is for some of you, not all of you. Could be in reference to friendship, this card holding you back in the past, trying maybe too hard to fit in or trying too hard to people please in a sense, okay. That's a little bit of Libra's energy as well, okay. So you could have Libra in your chart and have a tendency of doing that, okay, while you're searching for what it is that you're looking for, okay. So let's get into your present placement. What continues to hold you back presently? What continues to hold you back presently? This card hasn't popped up in a while, okay. Take a look at this card, and whenever I get this card, I also kind of turn it so you can kind of see a different image, okay. It's almost, optical illusionist type vibe, okay. Um, when whenever I see this card, okay. So you kind of have this bird here, okay. I'll turn it this way. You have this bird here, or dragon, whatever it is, and it's kind of eating this person here. And then you have this smaller one here coming out of the hand, okay? Coming out of her hand. Presently, there's this fire that's burning. You are a fire sign, okay? I don't want to say it's not rage, it's passion, okay? You're very passionate in love, um, in your career, in your connections. You're always very passionate. You're very driven, okay? Um, Possibly you have an infatuation with dragons, possibly as well, okay? For some of you, it's not for all of you, but a fascination with dragons, okay? Your passion sometimes is so intense. It's like it engulfs you. Something is engulfing you presently, okay? And it could be your overwhelming passion for things to go the way you intended them to go, okay? Um, you could have some Taurus in your chart. Tauruses are notorious for not really liking change. I am a Taurus. For me personally, I do not, I will say I'm uncomfortable with change, but I've learned to adjust, okay? Um, I don't like my routine changed. I will say that much. If I'm used to a normal routine, I'm kind of like, why? When something kind of, impedes on my routine, okay? Um, for you guys, it's got to be your way, okay? Um, and how you intended it to go. So you're very passionate, you're very driven, okay? Sometimes that can hold you back in a sense of not being able to adjust to the changes. If something doesn't go the way that you plan it to go, it can be very irritating to you, okay? And so it's possibly going to be hard for you to kind of adjust sometimes unless you plan for the unintended, okay? If you do things like that, then you're pretty much set, okay? And you've kind of found your way past that. But for others of you that have not, it's very hard for you to see things happen in a different way than what you intended it to go, okay? And so it is possible that that is what's holding you back, okay, presently, is that you are very passionate, you're very driven, but you have to find a way to listen, and again, plan for the unintended, okay? So let's move on. Hopefully that helped. If there's anything else, it'll come out. Let's get into your future placement, okay? How will you change your future? How will you change your future, Sagittarius? Another card that comes up rarely, okay? More so popular in the overall outcome. I feel like when this card comes out, and hopefully I give you enough time to kind of write down what it is that you're thinking or how you feel when you're looking at this card. But seeing this card come up in your future placement is you learning how to control that passion within you, okay? And kind of listening to that inner wisdom, okay? As you see, this is an older man here, okay, holding the flame. As you get older, it's not that your passion dies, it's a sense of you being able to control that fire within you, okay, and using it more as a guiding light, okay? Listening to that inner wisdom for yourself, learning to, just mature over time in how your thought process is towards your connections and feelings, okay? You have, like I said, this overwhelming amount of passion towards love itself, okay? It's like Sagittarius at this point in time, it just feels like you exude love within this present moment here, okay? In your past, you had everything else. It's like you had everything else secured, okay? Finances are secured, career is secured, your family is good, everything's good except for your love, okay? And so you have this overwhelming passion to find that love, find that love, find that love. You have love for other things around you, but that personal connection with someone that is just beyond life itself is primarily within you, and it's hard for you to find. You want that exact same love in someone else, okay? And so that's what you were searching for. You're passionate about it, okay? And now for your future, it's going to be about, taming that to match what happens in reality, okay? Dream wise, it's amazing, okay? Um, Even when dreaming about love with someone, okay? It can feel like ecstasy in a sense, okay? Um, and there's nothing wrong with dreaming in ecstasy, okay? But you have to come wake up and get back into reality, okay? The reality of things, okay? Love comes in time. Love comes with not just love. Love comes with heartache. Love comes with pain. Love comes with sorrow, okay? There's a lot that you have to endure when it comes to love, okay? And so you have to face those realities when it comes to that, okay? You're very mature in an aspect of everything else, every other facet in your life. Love, you have to get that maturity has to come, okay? Trust. I do it sometimes myself as far as dreaming of or have dreamt of the perfect relationship. I'm a let's cuddle on the blanket type person. Cuddle up in a blanket on the couch, and watch movies or stream videos, whatever the case may be. I'm not one for arguing, I'm more of a let's talk it out type vibe, okay? And so I have that, or have had those dreams of a perfect relationship where, it's just love all the time. But we know it's not always going to be like that, okay? And so you have to be able to adjust to that and be willing to accept that, okay? So, with that being said, that is how you will change your future. Let's get to the bottom of the deck for you guys, Sagittarius, to see what is your overall outcome. Okay. Oh, never saw this. I've never seen this card in the overall outcome. Okay. Um, Depending on what you have chosen for yourself, okay, look at this card, see if it matches with what you aspire your overall outcome to be, okay? When this card comes out, I feel defensiveness, okay? You will possibly, for you, do exactly like I said. You will come to terms with reality, and there will be some form of boundaries, okay? There will be some form of almost a test, if you will, to anyone coming into your circle. Okay, you won't just automatically let someone in. Okay, you will be very defensive. All right. But in a sense of protecting your energy, in the sense of protecting your home, okay? I've talked about this before in readings where it's like, you wouldn't just let a complete stranger come into your home. You know someone, you get to know them, you know them long enough, and then you let them in, okay? Once they exude some form of trust between you. And so, between you and them. And so, it's understandable for you to get to this point, okay? But don't be so brass, okay? Like I said, maturity, okay, will come with this. Lessons learned, okay? Once you figure out exactly who you can have around you, primarily if it's dealing with friends or relationships, okay? Get to the reality of things and just be a little bit more, in a sense, using your discernment, okay? Having better judgment, letting people earn their way into your space, okay? But you will be a little bit more protective, all right? So, with that being said, Sagittarius, that is really all that I have for you guys this evening. This is your last reading for the month. I will not see you guys until September. But be on the lookout for the monthly manifestation. It will be coming within, I guess not next week, but the week after next. So you can say about 2 weeks from now. Okay. So you can look forward to that. That is to help cleanse the energy of the collective before we get into a new month of readings. Okay. And so with that being said, until then, Sagittarius, peace.